Forest Park Community Garden. Today, I'm going to be showing you around and teaching you about all the stuff that we've been doing over the last couple of weeks.
Okay, and what agency are you from?
AACF, African American Christian Foundation.
Okay.
This is the entrance. These are all the plots. As you can see over here, we're making new plots. They're putting the soil in. Over here we have India, right here, who's moving the soil back. Aaliyah, Eric. We're going to be filling up our new pot today with soil so we can start growing. Over here, plots. There's greens and cabbage and stuff over here. We got tomatoes. We have more greens. Looks like some other stuff over here. I can't really see exactly everything they're growing. Here is another side. You can see some carrots starting to come. Look like some radish maybe. This is another plot that we're going to get started on. We met a man named Peg. He's going to let us plant in these two plots. He doesn't need them anymore. This is our plot that we planted. This is watermelon, carrots, chili peppers, have some beans, radishes, onions. So yeah, took us like a week to do this. Had to pick the weeds, water it. Here is more plot. He actually gave us this plot too. We haven't started on it yet. We're trying to finish our plots that we made. And more plots throughout the thing. Right here is a swing. We're actually scraping it today to get the paint off so we can start painting it and get ready for a barbecue they're having at the garden next week. So we're going to paint over this. We're going to scrape the paint off and then paint over it. Make it look more nice and new. Paint's kind of old. Over here we have some more tomatoes. They're growing real good.
I want to go back over there while they're...
This is more tomatoes. Looks like we have a green tomato right here. Real big. I'm going to go back over here and see how far along they've got. Okay, Jeff and Jamar's over here now.
They do this pepper thing too. It's food posting. So what are you guys doing right now?
We're basically patting the soil down. We just opened up 2 packages. So basically to get the soil, our seeds that we're going to plant to basically stay nice and flat and form with nice soil. So therefore, we're going to just pat it out, uncrumble the soil to make it look fresh and pretty and nice and black. So it can just be fresh for the seeds. Then afterwards, we're going to water and plant more seeds and stuff. And so we have 2 plots. And then we put the cardboard in there because we didn't want to start off with fresh soil because we didn't want to keep using the same soil. We had to dig it out first, and then we just put the new cardboard in there so we can add our new soil like this. So if you ever want to start your garden, it's best to just start off with fresh soil. Start off with cardboard at the bottom. Yep.
So what kind of vegetables or fruits are you going to plant in here? Are you going to plant flowers?
It's kind
or
of
what?
late in the season.
Yeah, like
so we're going to do like beans and lettuces and stuff like that. Greens and stuff, like cabbages.
Okay.
More flour. We plant more like
Lettuce. We're doing
You say you're gonna be planting lettuce?
Lettuce. What else we gonna be doing? Some more peas. What else? Just stuff that's in the season. Right now. We can't do a lot of flowers. We have vegetables. More vegetables. So little stuff.
Okay. 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 Looks good. Looks real good.
Yeah.
Okay, Kiara, and you had a surprise for us. One of your co-workers
over here is going to try and eat a chili pepper that we grew.
Okay, he's a little camera shy, I see. He's a little camera shy. So is he gonna taste the pepper?
Yes,
Kiara?
he's gonna actually eat the whole pepper.
So we're gonna get a chance to tape him doing the pepper?
Yes.
All right, and are we ready?
I thought Ramon was gonna.
You thought Ramon was gonna do it?
No, Ramon was gonna come over. He's supposed to be
Oh, you want him to see you?
Uh-oh, there it is. It went into the mouth.
Chew it. Looks like he's getting his drink ready.
All right, guys, cheer him on. Cheer him on. Come on. All right, Jeffrey, you can do it.
Come on.
You can do it. Bro. Chew it. Chew it. Chew it. Chew it. All right.
Come on.
Uh-oh. He didn't quite make it. It's hot, huh, Jeffrey?
He's hot. That's how chili pepper is really hot.
And you guys grew that pepper?
Yes, we actually did.
Pepper.
Wow. That's great. You guys did this in 3 weeks, right?
3 weeks.
Wow. That's amazing.
Fast learners, very fast, hardworking.
That's amazing.
A lot more to go.
So who taught you guys how to do all this stuff? Is this
This guy named Ramon.
Ramon? Is he here today?
Right there.
Okay, Ramon. Okay. Hi, Ramon.
This is our manager. He looks over us and he teaches us how to do everything.
Wow. I'm impressed, Ramon.
They've been a great group of kids.
Great group of kids. So, Ramon, tell us, how did you become a part of this project?
Well, my friends started the Forest Park Community Garden, and they needed somebody to work with the kids during the daytime since they weren't available. And so they asked me if I would come on board and help out the kids. And it's been 4 weeks now, and it's been an awesome experience.
Wow, that is amazing. You are a great person to be able to take out your time with these kids and show them something different.
Well, for me, it was also an opportunity to learn something about gardening from their perspective, since it's been so many years since I was, I guess, a young gardener, didn't really know much about gardening. So I see it as I'm learning more from them than they're probably learning from me.
Okay. So how many more weeks do you guys have to go for this project before it's
About 3
complete?
more weeks. We have a couple of events scattered between now and then. We're going to probably take a couple of trips. I know we're having a couple of parties for the kids, so the kids can show off what they've done in the garden, because they've really cleared out this place. I mean, there were weeds as tall as the garden beds, like weeds up to here. And so they've mowed basically everything down several times now. And got rid of all the weeds along the fence and the outside. Those were covered with weeds, and so they fixed all of that up.
Oh, wow. That is great. Okay. So, well, thanks a lot, Ramon, for speaking with us. Did you have any contact information you want to give to the community residents, so maybe they can come visit your garden?
Yeah, they can visit www.fpcommunitygarden.org.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ramon.
Thanks for visiting.
All right. All right, ready.
This is where we keep our supplies. This is the shed. When we pick weeds, we use like shovels and rakes and the broom to sweep up the mess that we made. We use the buckets to put the weeds in. These are our gloves.
What is that?
Bucket of gloves that we use.
Oh, okay.
to keep our
I'm
hands
tripping over
clean.
supplies here.
This is where I keep our stuff, like our purses and bags and drinks and stuff. And this is the wheelbarrow. So like if we have like a really big, like we had like a couple of big like little stumps that we had to break down. So we use this wheelbarrow to put it in and throw it away. This is the weed whacker that we use for some of the weeds. The males use that. This is our water. We put the water in here to
water our plants and stuff. Okay. Alright. Look, you all got everything together here.
Yes.
That's great.
Everything we need.
Okay, Kiara. Thank you so much for speaking with us today, and we'll talk to you again a little bit later.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Hi, my name is India King, and I want to show you guys the software of the methods of how we split our soil and our plastic and core to make it one foot square feet apart from each other. So first, now what we're doing, we just planting the soil. You had needed to use 6 bags in order to fill it up. So far, that is. This is 6. So now we up here, we got to flatten it out first, make sure it fits the box. And then afterwards we was going to plant these seeds, lettuce, beans, and yeah, we have more. We want to plant, but we're not sure for yet which ones we want to plant, but those are the ones we want to plant. So therefore right now we just, as we going, just flatten it out, make sure it's nice, thick, soily. Make sure we can be able to make rolls. So basically we gotta take these up and like crumble them. So when we make our rolls, it won't be so rocky. And so when we water them, they won't be so, so hard to really get the seeds to plant more, like lay flat. And so we can cover it up on top. So basically that's what they're doing now. They're breaking up the soil to make sure it lay flat. So once we do that, I will show them how we put our sticks. And show how we land across latitude and longitude across the plot. So, let's level it out first. So now we have to level it out, level the soil out. Leveled out, right? Now, that's good. Now that our plot is leveled out, now we take a square foot or our feet. Mostly what we do is we put our foot right here. Plot one. About a foot long. Each square. We make the next one. So, as we go across, do the same thing as well. Next one. That's too far. So, now that we got that, we basically open up our seed.
And we do this so we can have more space to plant more things in a little area.
So, here we go now, opening up the seeds to plant.
What's that?
Little beans.
Lettuce.
So now, before we even lay the seeds down, we make 3 rows with our finger or glove, it don't matter. One half of your finger, square foot of your finger, going down.
3 rows.
3 rows.
This is so the seeds won't be all caked up.
Yeah, and so
And
when
when
you
it
grow your
grows-
pot, it won't be so mushed up together and not enough room.
Don't put too many seeds
Seeds
in one spot. That's about enough.
And then
should cover it up real good.
Now, afterwards, once we let it sit for a minute, we also we rinse it with water, like a water hose or a mini bucket of water with a little, sunflower to it and water as we go across. Make sure it's all even. And once it's all even, make sure we just take our time and watch it grow.
Great. Thank you, guys.
No problem, no anytime. This is a community garden. This is how we plant. So therefore, if anybody need help on steps on how we plant our plants and our crops or whatever, this is how we do it. Hi everyone. This is our last step. Basically, what we do at the community garden, we basically plant one of these. These are basically like a little stamp that we use to show that we have planted something here already. So we're sticking in like this. Because once we're done, we basically just like take the sticks away and we just put them these right here so we can remember. That's what we planted our seeds and stuff. So once we're done, we plant these and then we plant more seeds in the next one. And that's basically our last step of how we keep our plants and seeds organized. Again, afterwards, we mostly like put the dates of what we did and what we put on here the last time when we first plant these. So once they start growing and people ask when did we do these, we do these on the 1st or the 2nd. So they're still looking fresh and nice. So once they grow, and should grow fine and perfect. So as we take our time and watch it grow, we should basically make sure that we water it good enough every day and make sure it just stay on point.
So you're gonna water it right now, or you gonna water it later?
We're gonna water it once we're done planting all our seeds first, because we're not really mostly done planting more seeds. We're not sure because it's basically a teamwork thing. So I planted my seeds, Kiara planted her seeds, and here's Leah. She's planting her seeds, which is cabbage, greens, and kohlrabi. Trying something new. And greens. We basically trying something new. She wanted to try something new because she did peas already for the first plot. So now we're basically watching her plant hers and put her seeds in. Then once we're all done, we plant what we planting, and those are the seeds that she has. They're really tiny. So we plant those and we let her do hers, and we let Jamarius, Eric, and Jeffrey come plant their own seeds. And then once we're done for the day, we just water, and then we put our little steps on the time of dates we did them, and then the name of them, and let them go.
Okay, great. Thank you, India, Kiara, and Aaliyah.
The Forest Park Community Garden was started by two local gardeners, Jessica Rinks and Gina Thomas, in the summer of 2009. The hope was to create a space so that people in and around Forest Park who had insufficient access to land on which to garden could do so. They also wanted to educate the community on sustainable food systems and to help supply area food pantries with fresh produce. In its first year, 15 raised beds were built, 12 of which were rented. The 3 remaining beds were planted and maintained by volunteers who have harvested the food grown in the beds and donated it to the local food pantry. On April 30th, 2011, Forest Park residents, Forest Park gardeners, village employees, and elected officials joined Comcast volunteers and together transformed what was a nearly vacant lot into a vibrant and thriving garden. The garden grew by 21 new raised beds, 3 new accessible beds, and a flower-shaped giving garden that is accessible to the entire community to harvest from, and a beautiful flagstone path leading to the giving garden. The giving garden will also be used as a teaching garden and to grow fresh food for the local food pantry. In addition to creating space for people to grow edibles, they also planted hundreds of native plants, which will draw pollinators, butterflies, and birds to the garden to be used as demonstration gardens for an educational program. They also plan to teach the community about the importance of native plants.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Robinson. I'm from AACF, and I'm talking about the garden project we've been working on. These are the pictures. This is a hand cultivator, a bypass. These are some more tools. This is the thing we use to scrape the dirt up into hand trowel, the shovel, rake, broom. We use to pick the weeds and stuff. This is the board we put together.
Basically, we left this board that we basically created from AACF. We basically want to show that this is how AACF Community Garden is presented. We basically show that how we take a couple pictures of how we went to started from the beginning, from when it was first when it was nothing. Then we got it when we first started trying to like basically clean those weeds out, and we just put new soil down and made sure it was nice, and then we planted more seeds, and we went to other places.
This is the Oak Park Conservatory.
And we had basically went there and we took pictures to show like this is how we want a reflection of how we wanted our garden to basically look when we're done with it, and kind of present it. And basically, another one we went downtown, we basically was showing how we want our garden to look and some type of ideas that we seen, type of flowers and a little water, to show like, do we want our stuff to be decorative, or do we want it to be normal, or do we want it to be just plain. So then we just took another picture downtown. We was downtown at the garden site, and we was looking at how they had their growth growing throughout the summer, showing us certain stuff that they have shown us. So we took pictures of that to show them that we have basically accepted on how they did their garden presented. So we want to show community garden at AACF and other people how we want our gardens to look, and when we're done with it, we want to have a big reflect like that.
This is the garden project from AACF, done by Leah, Jamaz, Eric, and Jeff. First step to building a plot is we have to get some stuff we need to build it, like soil, wood, and seeds, plant, and plants. This is some of the places we visited. This is the Garden Expert Place in Oak Park. It's on South Boulevard and Oak Park Avenue. If you ever want to come see it, they gave us some free stuff to help us out in the garden. And these are the type of seeds they have, a lot of vegetables, a couple of fruit squash.
Certain plants, when you plant them, also some will die, some will keep growing over, and some, once you plant them, it's really no point in planting them. So usually look for plants that are usually seasonal or all year round. It's your best choice. You can plant it like that.
Okay, that's nice. India, why don't you tell me about your experience with this project?
Well, in this project, community gardening was kind of shaky and tough when we first started, because we couldn't really get along as well, and certain people didn't want the garden, they want the AACF garden there. So we basically just took our time and just worked as a team and tried to get our group standards up and work hard so we can get our AACF garden growing more than what it is, basically to succeed more.
Okay. So, anybody else have anything to say about their experience? I know you guys went through some rough spots, and I know somebody in here has something to say about that time that they experienced.
It was a little tough. It was like a lack of communication and understanding. And I guess after the first 2 weeks, everybody had a reality check, and we got in sync and we got to it, because a lot of people didn't want to see this program come together. So that's why I experienced from it how to work with others and value friendship.
That's great. So what all did you guys do over there?
We mostly we basically built our skills first before we started actually planning and doing what we supposed to do first. we had to learn our skills, learn that what we supposed to do, how we supposed to keep our wood and stuff, not no organic and all that other stuff that we not supposed to have in our garden. Then we had to learn the rules of the garden, make sure we respect everybody else's plot, because it wasn't just our AACF plots that was planted there. It was more other people around the Forest Park community area that lived there that basically planted their plots. So basically we just took our time out and just stayed in our own little connection of how we built our own plots, and people, some nice kind people came through and was like offering us their plots and stuff because they wasn't using it, or people who haven't been there in a long time who never came back and took care of their plants. We had took care of, but they gave it to us. So we basically did what we had to, but we still have our own original plots that AACF had bought, that we built, that we showed you guys not too long ago about how we plant our soil and stuff. And mostly we had rough times starting off, but it came through so far.
Okay, so where did you plant your garden? What was the location of this place? Or what was the name of the organization that allowed you to plant your garden?
Forest Park Community Garden.
Forest Park Community Garden?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit more about them and who worked with them or worked with you guys to make this project happen?
Well, Jessica was the one who helped us basically, who mostly told us about community garden, who basically gave us the information to AACF, telling us that she wanted us to basically involve ourselves in the community garden. As you know, AACF, she wanted us to really, pitch in and put our own plots in. Cause she's the type of person, she real like nice and don't want to be selfish just because it's just okay. It's like an open garden for everybody. So she felt like, okay, this would be a good thing for AACF to come in and make their own plots and see what it's like to garden their own stuff at their time. So basically, it's basically a good thing to do.
Ramon is the one who took the time out with us and stayed there and taught us a lot of stuff of what we did so far.
Okay, so you learned a lot from Ramon, huh?
Yes.
Okay, it's nice. So anybody else have any experiences they want to share?
Ramon basically gave us all the experience because he mostly just was telling us like how we supposed to start off, who we supposed to, actually practice with, and how we work in teams as one, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't really know until Ramon taught us everything. So we just basically took our time and did what we supposed to do. So I really actually thank Ramon for doing everything, helping us, and basically taking his time out to be our supervisor over us to show us what's right from wrong.
Okay, so from what your experience was over there, can you tell me one thing that you learned about plants that you didn't know before coming in?
I thought you just dig a hole and put the seeds in there and water it, but you actually gotta make 2 straight lines, and you can't plant too many seeds because then it'll grow all bunched up and all of that. So you have to plant in sections to give the plants enough room to grow. I didn't know that, but I learned.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that when we water, if it was supposed to rain that day or whatever, Monday or Tuesday, whatever, and say if it didn't rain yet, but we finna go home, he'd just be still water, because what if it didn't rain and then our plots wouldn't really get no water, so they still basically die if we don't water it, even though if it is finna rain or not. That's the one thing I mostly learned. And yeah.
Anybody else? Something they didn't know?
If I'm not mistaken, if you watering your plants, you have a vegetable, you're not supposed to water the vegetable itself because it could catch a disease or it could become dirty. You're supposed to water the root. That's something I remember.
Now that I did not know. Anybody else have anything that they know now that they didn't know before? No? Okay. All right. Well, thank you all for your time. I appreciate it. Much success to each and every one of you on your journey and whatever you do with your life or your career. And I thank you so much for being a part of AACF and our community garden project. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.